Next we have my good friend Franklin Metropolis. That's his pin name. I'm going to tell you all his government name. Anthony. And he's a good friend of mine. And he's just going to be awesome. Listen to this.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I'd like to start off by describing myself with 10 fake movie titles and one very plausible movie title. Number 1, men who read the headlines have useless tiny dicks. Number 2, love and vinegar on the brown sheets. Number 3, the Adolf Hitler Ayn Rand heiress in our wedding night. Number 4, catatonia in full view of the headlights. Number 5, phantasmalectric. Number 6, spruce goose. Number 7, the heavy radiator and Count von Honeywell. Number 8, handicap access to the shuttle van candidates. Number 9, teardrop tattoos in church. Number 10, pitch in, pick up. And number 11, probably the one that's real, the Massimo Argyle you left in fitting room number 2.
Woo! All right.
I had to leave the mask on just because I didn't want you guys to see all the stuff that's in my teeth, and didn't want to mention that I peed on my shoes just a minute ago too. So. I'm going to start off with, I guess I'll start off with this one. I forgot the title for it. They tried to wipe us away like gnats on the windshield, only to find that we had burrowed deeper into the thickets behind a bowling alley, making packs and circles that were cemented in blood, Zima, and switchblade knives. The real tough stains were made from Canadian Club, Jolly Ranchers, and shoplifting scares. We owned 3 streets like an empire. We jumped in whoever wanted in, and made packs and circles before the first one fell, toppled like a toy soldier, and the rest followed. Some of us became pedophiles, armed robbers, small-time con artists, addicts, and murderers. Others died or disappeared from the face of the earth. However, we all still hold true to our pact, like a forgotten sawed-off shotgun who still shoots straight and true. We promised we'd never recognize each other outside the line of fire.
Damn.
This next one I forgot the title for as well, so I'm just going to read it. They will ask, I guess I'll call it They Will Ask, so let's do that. They will ask, they will ask, they will ask those tribesmen Dayglow from the petroglyphs with a Shiva sunrise bled in the vial, for Lucy's or a skin beaming with the stout bravado of a self-assured government official, and drool running down the chin. There's nothing particularly crippled or crippling about their appearance. Most men don't know what the fuck to fight for, but imagine just a moment being caught with your pants down in your ancestors' art gallery and mistaking it for a cave you could jack off in, or a rock to rest your head while you boost and take the bones by surprise. I'll read this one. This one I read last night in Andrew's house. I really appreciate Tinyamp Records putting up with us over the weekend. Really great inviting us and everything like that. This one I'm going to dedicate to Tinyamp Records as well. This is the 9 Live Realists, the Absurdists and Transcendentals, the Complete Neediness. Complete Neediness is curled up in the corner with fair weather strangers, declawed like an albino kitten stricken debilitating toxoplasmosis, alone in the cold wild signs of first winter, dragging the remainder of a tail through the rigid and reclined positions of two-tone alley cats with hot, demethylated fever in their veins, purring welcome to smack dab in the middle of suicide dream, complete with systematic shock, parasites, foul pleather jackets, and cannibal-incited frenzy. Not one way about it. No one speaks about the stranded collector, absurdist polka queen that she is. But during the Transcendental Realist bloodletting sessions in Room D, below the stairs, abandoned sick as is, one who is hep to purr louder than most, lets our needy shadows in on the haggard scheme. When the catchers come in with accordions, e-prods, and broad nets, the 9 Live Realists scatter, not one really escaping, and in place of becoming taxidermy mantles, the Transcendentals and Complete Neediness lick their paws clean after the last-ditch effort is finally over and given up. next one is called Rip Easy E. It's part 2. And it's dedicated to Lindsay Thomas, actually. Let loose of the oversight, action-packed 16-hour headbutt you call entertainment, with the grinding wet wheels running down the black roads above that perfect ass in the shower. Count the 30 blowjobs that make her knees hurt, tender and tough, love on all fronts. Only look up at her to say, I remember our wedding night was non-conventional, that it was virgin, that we never count on the saints appearing when the water is really hot. We only count the minutes of it all running with a bill that we really don't pay, but always work for. And all tension, blisters, bruises, and come aside. We can smile at the irony, laugh hysterically when we climax, and lay on each other's only with what we bring to the bed. Maybe my head's on your breast. Maybe her head is resting on my arm. Maybe we're headbutting the blank screen of the outside world. Maybe we're just plotting. Maybe we're working on feeling conventional in the strongest, strangest, most obscene sense of the word. I got 2 more, and then I'll get out of the way. This next one is actually a request from Mr. Andrew Williams-Urbani. And I'm going to call this the Lonely Towel. Whether unclear about the ministry back home or unaware of the tale yet to be written in his heart, the protagonist, not a poet, is ever humble about his skill with a gun. That is to say, he's told the key to good writing is authenticity. Become enveloped in the trigger squeeze, the sound of blood first hitting the pavement. And if he's keen enough, the mil-dot viewpoint from a 1,000-yard stare blanketing the body from across the street, and envisioning the same manner of his own demise. This is the key to writing, he is told. The faraway page in your heart. The assassin's grasp on reality. The overkill from a distance. The towel of a lonely bullet. The sound of a death rattle banging down your front fucking door. This last one is called We'll Starve Until You Play Fetch. And I actually just wrote this before the event, and I'm going to dedicate this to the 2 dogs in the house, Granger and Nico, right now. We'll starve until you play fetch. The aghast Kentucky purveyor decides it's best to never, under any circumstances, stick your hand in a dog fight while the bulls and hounds snack on ibuprofen bottles and rake sand with sharpened claws in the Zen rock garden of every poet's window. The toothless credit precedes the bite mark of 4-legged hug, the 7-year bark from the windowsill, and the constant, the remaining chew toy squeaks with utter defeat in its gnarled, ambiguous voice, that this summer there will be no fucking flies. This spring there will be disappearances. This fall we'll banish the ever-progressive white lie/myth. We'll drag your shoe until you pay attention. We'll starve until you play fetch. Thank you.
Damn right. Woo!
Frankie fucking Metro, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo! Alright. King Kurta is a hip-hop act. We're about to go get down on some of that. We got about 10 minutes until he's probably ready to go. So, yeah. Music.
Work.